By the way, if you are smart enough, you will know who I am. But you are really not smart enough to know who I am. But soon you're gonna know who I am. Very easy.
Wow, very easy. The entitlement.
No, believe me, I'm much better than that.
What began as a cheerful campaign event turned into a crime scene. In the Mexican state of Veracruz, Yesenia Lara Gutierrez, a mayoral candidate, was gunned down just minutes after shaking hands with supporters. Gutierrez and 3 others were killed. Her election was only a month away. But this murder is not unique in Mexico. Last year, the country saw a record number of victims of political violence. Data Civica, a human rights organization, reported 661 attacks on officials, candidates, and their family members. 346 people were murdered. The uptick in violence, political or otherwise, is often cited by Mexican migrants as one of the reasons for trying to leave their homes for the U.S. In May of 2024, mayoral candidate Jose Alfredo Cabrera was shot to death at a similar campaign event in the southern state of Guerrero. Days later, a mayor in the state of Michoacán was killed as she was walking back to her house from the gym. In October, the mayor of Chilpancingo, the Guerrero state capital, was killed less than a week after taking office. Yesenia Gutierrez belonged to the Morena party, as does the current president, Claudia Sheinbaum, who herself has been targeted in the past. Sheinbaum recently spoke out against the political violence after a private secretary and advisor to the mayor of Mexico City were shot dead in the nation's capital.
De llegar al fondo de esta situación y que haya justicia. Y nuestro apoyo incondicional a la jefa de gobierno y, por supuesto, nuestra solidaridad y apoyo a los familiares de estas 2 personas.
We are labor, and we move the agenda to support working families all over the country. And if somebody gets in our way, shame on them, because we're going to run right over them, aren't we? Shame! It's time to make their voices heard. Shame on us if we don't get out there and fight like hell every single day and make our voices heard. We've got to do that because we are united. We are right, and we're going to stand up, and we're going to fight like hell every single day. Are you ready to fight? Yeah! Are you ready to fight? Yeah! Are you ready to make your voices heard? Yeah! Let's do it. Thank you.
Thought an awful lot about blowing up the White House.
They're still going to have to go out and put a bullet in Donald Trump, and that's a fact.
I don't think that it does you any good running away from Donald Trump. I think you need to go back and punch him in the face.
A lot of people have tried to draw similarities between Mussolini and Hitler. The difference, though, I think makes Donald Trump even more dangerous.
Do you believe that the tens of millions of Americans who are likely to vote for President Trump will be voting against American democracy?
The more they know about what he's done, yes.
Don't miss Trump next time.
I will go and take Trump out tonight.
I said, no. I said, we're in high school. I'd take you behind the gym and beat the hell out of him.
They're not going to stop. And everyone beware, because they're not going to stop. They're not going to stop before Election Day in November, and they're not going to stop after Election Day. And that should be, everyone should take note of that on both levels, that they're not going to let up, and they should not.
You know why there aren't uprisings all over the country? Maybe there will be.
People need to start taking to the streets. This is a dictator.
You know, there needs to be unrest in the streets for as long as there's unrest in our lives.
Enemies of the state.
Do something about your dad's immigration practices, you feckless.
If they go low, we kill.
How do you resist the temptation to run up and wring her neck?
Biggest terror threat in this country is white men, most of them radicalized right up to the right.
I thought he should have punched him in the face.
I'd like to punch him in the face. I said, if we were in high school, I'd take him behind the gym and beat the hell out of him.
Punch some people in the face.
When was the last time an actor assassinated a president?
They're still going to have to go out and put a bullet in Donald Trump, and that's a fact.
Look as his character is stabbed to death.
Where is John Wilkes Booth when you need him?
This way. That's it right there. Pull it up.
I have thought an awful lot about blowing up the White House.
A Missouri state senator is under investigation by the Secret Service after saying she hopes President Trump is assassinated.
I will go and take Trump out tonight.
She tearfully explained why she voted for a bill she actually opposed to strip adult undocumented immigrants from the state's public health insurance program.
You know, I'll continue to have health insurance, so I'm fine. What I worry about is the people who will lose their health insurance. I know that people will be hurt by that vote, and we worked very hard to try to get a budget deal that wouldn't include that provision. And we tried any other way we could to come to a budget agreement with Republicans, and they wouldn't have it. So, you know, I did what leaders do. I stepped up and I got the job done for the people of Minnesota.
Who are you talking to right now? Who is it you think you see? Do you know how much I make a year? I mean, even if I told you, you wouldn't believe it. Do you know what would happen if I suddenly decided to stop going into work? A business big enough that it could be listed on the NASDAQ goes belly up. Disappears. It ceases to exist without me. No, you clearly don't know who you're talking to, so let me clue you in. I am not in danger, Skylar. I am the danger. A guy opens his door and gets shot, and you think that of me? No. I am the one who knocks.
There's a gleam, man. There's a gleam. Let's get the gleam, all right? Let's go. Quick up.
¿Qué pues, pinche gringo mamón?
U.S. Border Protection. How can I help you?
Pues sí, you can help me. Devuélveme mi trabajo. ¿Qué hiciste? ¿Qué hiciste, cabrón? ¡Me destrozaste el coche, pinche gringo!
Thanks for your collaboration. And remember, don't come back again.
¡Y el gringo nos quiere cobrar el muro! ¡Dile que no, pinche gringo racista! Pues no te para...
Because Trump bad. Trump bad.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever this video finds you. Welcome to Tex, and what's up? Let me show y'all something. I have been trying to get this video, all of these videos to play, and look what it's saying. An error occurred. Please try again later. On all of these, it's just 4 videos that we're going to cover today. And for some reason, YouTube wants to act funny with me. They want to act funny with me. Hold on. I'm going to try to get it. Because if I'm on any other page to play any other video, they ready to rock and roll. But for some reason, these don't want to go. So let's try something here. Let's see here. Oh, wow. None of my videos want to play on any page. Right now, this is AB. AB is live, right? What does that say? But yet, his chat is going. Look, watch this, look. I can comment on this thing, but the videos are not playing. Ain't that crazy? Ain't that crazy? What is YouTube doing? Are y'all having this problem on any other video channel? I'm just asking. I'm asking for a friend. Is anybody else having these problems on any other video? Go take a look and come back and tell me if you're having these problems. Look, okay, here's Lennon Horner. He's live right now talking about Oh wow, we went right back to that. Look at that. Talking about Umar. Nothing. I'll even refresh it. Look. Nothing. Oh wow. Y'all watching this in real time. It's not me. Look, here's Snowman. He's, saluting. Nothing. I'll reset it. Absolutely nothing. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to reboot my computer. Hopefully this is still here. If it's not, I'll start it back up. But I just want y'all to see it's not me. All right, so we'll be right back. All right, I'm back. All right, so let's see. Playlist, news, and wow. Same stuff. Same stuff. Now, what exactly do they have against little old me? But you know what? Screw it. I'll freestyle it today. Let me tell y'all something. Based on the intro and how this is run, as you can see, the Democrats, they have been on Donald Trump's back stronger than any other president or presidential candidate or nominee, because they know exactly what he's doing. They know exactly what he's up to. He is not a career politician, so therefore he is not a good old boy playing their game. He is here to do exactly what he's been doing this year. We're not even 6 months in. He's got another 4 days before you can say he's been president for 6 months. And already he's made a significant difference with the tariffs, with the taxes. Of course, you've got the job situation with the Trump Gold Card, and now you've got immigration. Understand exactly what's going on here. To break it down on the street level, let's say like you're the new kid. You and your family move to a new neighborhood or a new state or whatever, and you're going to a new school. Now, keep in mind, you can fight. You know how to fight. It's just that you don't like to fight. You're not here to fight. You're here to make friends. So, of course, the schoolyard bullies, which to you are a bunch of punks, you know, they just happen to be a little bit more rougher than everybody else and talk with aggressive language or whatnot. They think that they can punk you. So that's what they do. They try to punk you. What's up, No News? They try to punk you. And you chill. You know, you take their little words, their little shoulder bumps in the hallways. You know, you really, I mean, they're irritating, but you really don't think nothing about it. But of course, you have like a little brother or a little sister that's also going to school, and they mess around there, and then one day they get physical with your little brother. So what happens? You go and stomp their teeth out because you can tolerate it, but don't be messing with my sibling. Don't be picking on somebody weaker than you. We're not going to tolerate that. I mean, it's almost like the same situation here with the Trump administration, especially this year. When you start assassinating American citizens on American soil in terrorist activities, Hamas, the cartel, because make no mistake about it, this woman, this was a cartel hit. This was a cartel assassination. I don't care, but he's not Hispanic. Doesn't matter. I'm sorry. Did you forget where you live? You live in America. People will do anything for money. This dude had a roommate and a wife. Who, by the way, the wife was caught with a go bag. If you don't know what that is, she had money, cash money, fake passports, and clothes, getting ready to flee the country. But they caught her, and then they caught him crawling in the woods. I'm sorry, I can't play the video. YouTube is not, they're not letting me play anything. Weird, huh? Been operating all day up until right this very moment. That is wild. All day up until now. That is wild. And I know it sounds like a wild theory when I say that the Democrats, they are cartel controlled, because why else in the world would you, as an American citizen, fight to keep criminal illegals, gang affiliated illegals, MS-13 especially? Trende Alagra is a footnote, but MS-13 specifically, you're fighting for these people. You have whole networks with apps set up to alert you when ICE is in the area. This whole LA siege is all because ICE and I believe the ATF and FBI went to go raid a business that was a money laundering operation for the cartels. A money laundering operation. They snatched up criminals. Suddenly these people came out of nowhere. Illegals themselves, fighting to get them out of police custody. And then, of course, you have seditionists, American citizens who were seditionists, traitors, if you will. I mean, sedition is a nice word, but they're traitors, showing up to try to get these criminals out of police custody. This whole deportation thing. Why are you fighting so hard to get these people, trying to get criminals to stay in the country? People who like to rape and murder little girls for sport. People that sell fentanyl that kills hundreds of thousands of Americans. When I was in Ohio, what's up, Unsunken One? When I was in Ohio, the fentanyl, and keep in mind, I left Ohio in 2019. But the fentanyl epidemic was so big that you had whole counties that had to use other outside counties, small counties morgues, which they were overrun. Even the city morgues were overrun with young people, not just white, but majority white. Matter of fact, they were overrun with dead bodies from fentanyl overdose. And remember, all it takes is the drop. All it takes is a drop, enough to... You see this right here? This little thing right there? Hold on, let me pull it out. This right here, you see this? You see that? See that real good? That right there is enough. If that was fentanyl, that would be enough to kill 10 men. When I was in Ohio, before we got the house, we heard the ambulances and the police cars and whatnot. So we went outside and looked down the street. They were down on the corner. So we walked down on the corner of the apartment complex, and they were pulling out a guy. His friend, they already had his friend. He disappeared in one ambulance, and then he was pulling out his roommate. Had him in, but he was deceased. Like, what happened? Heroin laced with fentanyl. Graveyard dead. As that sheriff said. Graveyard dead. Fentanyl. You're trying to prevent that from coming into the country. You're trying to prevent the cartel from taking over the country. And in all honesty, because I remember people picking up errant dollar bills from the ground. Wow, that's crazy. But you have the Democratic Party, Democratic leaders who welcome these people in and are fighting to keep them in. In all honesty, you need to try them with treason, because they let an invading army, a guerrilla army, a criminal organization flood the streets of America with crime and drugs, and you're trying to keep them here. As far as I'm concerned, the Democratic Party answers to the cartel. When that woman gave that tearful, shaky interview a couple of days before her death because she voted against giving illegals Medicare, Medicaid, she knew her life was in danger. She knew her life was in danger. And that guy that they caught, he was a hitman. He had a list. And as much as people say, oh, he was a Republican, like his roommate is trying to say, oh, he was a Republican. He was a Republican. No, he wasn't. No, he wasn't. What type of Republican wears a Tim Walz shirt and works for the Democratic Party? Does that look like a Republican to you? This dude wore a Walter White mask. He wore a Walter White mask. I am the one who knocks. Oh, he thought he was a Billy Badass, and I'm surprised that they caught him alive. Because I'm gonna tell you right now, buddy, when they get you where they get you, oh, I'm gonna put it to you like this. Dude looks licked out. I'm gonna put it to you like this. They're gonna go ahead and give him a basic trial. He's gonna get a basic trial. But once it's all over, once his trial is over and he's found guilty, if not during or before, but most definitely during, they're gonna beat the ever-loving hell out of him. Oh, he's gonna be giving up information. Oh, you're gonna cough it up, buddy. I mean, they'll probably never hit the American airwaves, but he's gonna give it up. I wouldn't be surprised if they gave him the good old Russian treatment, like they did with those 4 terrorists that burned down that concert hall with white phosphorus in Russia. They killed 150, wounded another 150, and tried to get away through the woods. And the Russian military caught them in the woods. They didn't kill them. Although those guys probably wish they did. That one guy was on his knees trembling, and he was giving up the plan and where they were supposed to go meet somebody and everything. And the one guy, they caught him, they cut off his ear and stuck it in his mouth. He spit it out, they stuck it in there again. Eat it. And then the next day, when they showed those guys going to court, they were in wheelchairs and on gurneys. He said, "Oh yeah, bro, your shadow banned on the low." I believe it. I believe it. I believe it. And I'll tell you what. Remember the last show I did? I was saying that somebody on YouTube posted my video somewhere else, and it was bringing a lot of stupidity to my channel. Once I got done, and I was able to breathe and think about it, and seeing what was going on, like on my TikToks, I realized that the Democratic Party was back paying these companies to elicit troll accounts, these bots, to come in and just give you negative feedback. Matter of fact, let me see. Hold on, let me see. I'm gonna see if I can show y'all. So, but understand, I didn't blame not like any specific person, but it just seemed like that. But turns out it was something more. It was back to the Democratic BS. Let's see here. Let's see if I can switch accounts. View profile. Let's see here. No, I want to switch accounts. Let's see here. I'm gonna show y'all. I was like, this was crazy. Because back when we had when we had the election cycle, I was surprised that my account survived because I was just getting spammed and reported and everything, to the point where I had almost lost my account several times, except that it was all a lie. Let me see. Hold on. I don't want to log out of this account. Let me see. Hold on. I really don't. I'm gonna have to. All right. Yep. I'm gonna have to log out. All right. Hold on, y'all. So yeah. So if you do this type of content, I'm gonna tell you right now, the problem that you're going to get, let's see here. You're going to get spam accounts. Here we go. All right. You're going to get spam accounts. Hold on. Because I do want to show y'all this. Oh, here we go. All right. Whoops, damn it. There we go. What? Oh, whoops. All right, let's see here. All right, so see here. Okay. Who's that? Let's see here. And I think this is it. See here. Hold on. I know, because I meant to be talking about something else, but it's got me into this situation right here. I'm sorry, y'all. Hold on. Let's see here. Oh boy. All right, let's see here. Privacy. Let's see here. No. I wonder if I can show it. Manage account. Let's see. Nope. 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 The hell? You know, I'm wasting my time. I know it. Don't worry about it. All right. Let's see. You guys don't like hanging out with women either, huh? They suck. They don't even like football and beer. I don't even know what they here for. You see what I'm saying? Troll account. What's up, Simeon? Like nobody's even talking about women. Like, you know what I'm saying? Troll account. Like nobody's even talking about women. At any rate. That's refreshing. What's up, Simeon? So, the TikTok and YouTube and social media bots that love to call everything a lie. Oh, you're lying, you're lying, you're lying, and spreading this is misinformation. Okay, Boris, all that stuff. Those are bots. Those are bots, especially when you look at their channels. You go and look at their profiles, they're blank as hell. Blank as hell, no activity or very little activity, very few friends. They're bots. They're bots, and bots say the stupidest things because they try to, like this person here, they try to steer you away from the conversation and get you arguing in the secular, useless argument that means absolutely nothing to nobody. So do me a favor, Simeon, handle that. You are a mod. If you are a mod, unsunken one, whichever one of y'all, handle that. Handle that. Handle the business. We're trying to do a broadcast here. So at any rate, that woman was scared for her life. She knew her life was in danger. Yeah, let's get back to center. That woman, she knew her life was in danger. And then her husband, like a moron, just because somebody is banging on the door saying police, thank you, doesn't mean you open the goddamn door. If there was a police officer, a single police officer, in what clearly looks to be it, but I get it, he was shining a flashlight in the peephole or whatnot to kind of blind them, but they could see the uniform. But as you can see, this little stupid little mask. Let me show y'all something. Let me show it. Let's see here. Do I have it? Did I download it? Let's see. I didn't download it here. Send my pictures. But this stupid little mask was not fooling anybody. This stupid little mask wasn't fooling anybody. So we had to shine the flashlight in her face to keep her from actually seeing it. And unfortunately, well, have whoever opened the door from seeing it. And unfortunately, it worked. And now they're deceased. And there were two other Democratic leaders who were shot, except they survived. It was 4 in total that were shot. 2 were shot previously, but they're only talking about these 2. This is cartel playbook 101. Cartel playbook 101. They love to assassinate their leaders, their political leaders, their political opposition. It's what they do. And now they're doing it here in the United States. Do you wonder why they're trying to deport the criminal illegals first? But the whole thing is that Trump just pulled the Trump card, right? He pulled the Trump card. When Elon left, SCOTUS ruled that Doge can have access to the Social Security system beyond read only. So every Social Security number that has 2 or more birth dates attached to it, the original birth date stays. The other birth dates, that Social Security number is now null and void for those birthdays. They're going to have that done before the end of the month because they just got access. A day or so after Elon left? When was that? Like a week and a half ago? So you've got a lot of work to do, but it should be easy thanks to the AI programs that his Doge team, Big Balls, and the crew because they're still there. They're still there. And I know they're having a field day. They're probably like the terrorists in Jesus Christ. Oh my God. Die Hard. They're like the criminals in Die Hard when they finally broke open the security gate and it opened up. La, 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 la. They're like, oh, we got access. And they're going to kill all of those social security numbers. So what's going to happen now? Are these people going to self-deport, or are they going to stay and call themselves trying to what? Take over the United States? At that point, it is all-out war. And you know, I give Trump crap for being soft on handling what happened out there in LA and also in other parts of the United States. Well, except for Florida. Florida don't play. They told you, you mess around here, you will get hurt. We will, like dude said, graveyard dead. Like Ron DeSantis said, if you mob a car, they have permission to run you down. They have permission to get to, hey, their safety outrides yours. And I was talking to Mosh about this earlier today. I am surprised that they didn't pass. You say Jeremy Irons is underrated? Yeah. I am surprised that they didn't pass a Reginald Denny law after the LA riots back in what, 91, 92? Because what happened to Reginald Denny, I mean, at the time, we're caught up in our emotions. We figured, yeah, that's what he got. But in all honesty, if you were caught up in a riot and that happened to you, you're just a guy trying to make your money or take your family to the park or trying to go to work. And all of a sudden you turn the corner and a whole mob of people come and they just start busting up your car windows and yank you out and bust you in the head with a brick and beat you half to death to the point where, you know, you're like permanently paralyzed or whatnot. You got drool coming all out your mouth. Oh, you all messed up. I'd rather you run those people down than end up like that. I would rather you did that. I would rather you did that. That old white woman hanging on to the truck that was transporting the illegals, the criminal illegals from the facility in New Jersey, they should have just kept going. They should have ran her down. They should have ran her over. Because, I mean, as far as I'm concerned, you are trying to help criminals escape. You are an accessory to crime. You're not protesting. You're trying to help these people get away. Therefore, you are a terrorist and you should be dealt with accordingly. I know I keep saying that and it sounds rough, but in all honesty, that's what's really about to happen. Once Trump cuts off these Social Security numbers and these people start getting really out of hand, a lot of that Florida sheriff talk is going to become a reality nationwide. You've already got silly little soldiers violating their oath. We're on stolen land. Oh my God. Well, then leave. How about you leave then? If you feel that you're living on stolen land with your goofy white ass, then get the fuck out. If your goofy black ass feel like we're on stolen land, get the fuck out. Get the fuck out. Why are you still here? Enjoying the fruits of the labor of the people that came before you, and now you want to sit here and bitch and moan and whine and cry because you've been indoctrinated by dumbasses to make you think that, oh, this is wrong. You wonder why the cost of living is so high? You wonder why the healthcare system is so bad? You wonder why you can't get your benefits? Your benefits are so small and null and practically voided? Because you're busy taking care of other people who don't belong here. Not legally. They don't belong here. They are usurping the system. They're draining the system dry. Your Democratic leaders have been, you just found out this year that they've been stealing trillions of dollars from you. Sheriff Grady Judd and over the neighboring county to me. Yeah. Everybody love Sheriff Grady Judd. Judd, who's the other guy? The one with the glasses that always holding press conferences like he doing a TV show? Was that him? Sheriff Grady? Yeah, Sheriff Grady, yeah. Hell, I remember during the presidential debates or whatnot, when they were on the campaign trail, I thought Trump would have to run as an independent and that Ron DeSantis would be the Republican nominee. But for some reason, Ron DeSantis just, I don't know what the hell went wrong with him. I think they probably told him to drop out. He fumbled his campaign, he dropped out, and he endorsed Trump. And Trump picked him because him and Trump had the same talking points. Now, imagine if Ron DeSantis was the president right now, dealing with this situation going on right now. Do you think that all of these protests would have broke out around the country and been as violent as they were in certain parts of the area? Like, we had the over-under by Wednesday that some went before after Wednesday, the over-under that somebody was probably going to get shot and killed in one of these protests. And sure enough, what was in Utah? You heard the gunshots, the lady, you know how these streamers, they're out there with some chick with a cameraman, and all of a sudden you heard bow, 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 bow. She was like, oh my God, they're shooting. Let's get out of here. Sure enough, they shot some guy. And then the Utah news tried to play it like, oh, a peaceful protester was shot by a peacekeeper. Like, no, it was a violent protester getting into it with another violent protester. And one pulled out the biscuit and gave somebody some gravy. And then when the people were trying to tell the police, that's the shooter right there in the crowd trying to hide, like he right there. He's right there. He's right there. They sitting up there like, where? Right there. Oh, let's get him. It was some Keystone Cop BS. Oh my God. The way I see it. Oh, this is Kavita kombucha. This stuff is tart. It's tart. It's like drinking a tart soda. At any rate, the way I see it, like I've been saying for months, it's going to be a hot summer. Representative Luna, she said that, hold on, I'll show you. I'm like, where is she? I'll show you exactly what she said. Oh, here she go right here. Hold on. Let me bring me said I am, can you see that? Let me see. Yeah. All right. So she said, I'm filing legislation to designate Antifa a terrorist organization. Peaceful protest is one thing. Mass violence and coordinate. I think she meant to say coordinated. Terror campaigns are un-American. And as you can see here, Antifa International has announced a June 8th direct action to attack the ICE government facility in San Francisco. The planned riot is organized in support of the insurrection in Los Angeles. And sure enough, they got it out here Sunday, June 8th. I mean, this has already happened. But she's right. You need to, that's what you need to do. Let's see here. She also, let's see here. Hold on. She did. I'm trying to find it. Let's see here. She's been putting out a lot of stuff lately. Let me check her other page. You know, this chick used to be a Maxim model. Let's see here. I guess is it here? It's not on here. All right, let me go back. Maybe I missed it. Hold on. Because she was saying, if I'm not mistaken, she was saying they were in the middle, or they were getting ready to, not her, but the United States, the Supreme Court, oh no, I'm sorry, not the Supreme Court, but they were about to pass a bill and go after all of these NGOs. Let's see here. Or it might not have been her. I'm sorry. Or is it? Let's see here. It might be in here. I'm scamming this stuff. Well, I'm scanning this stuff here. Let's see here. Because we talk about how these lawmakers are not doing anything, but she's the one that's actually trying to pass bills and get things done. Out of all the reps that just sit there and do absolutely nothing, she's actually the one that's trying to do something. Do understand, this is also the same representative that is trying to get Tory Lanez out of jail. See right here. See, Tory Lanez was convicted on a flawed, incomplete story full of contradictions, missing evidence, and straight up lies. You know, so she's trying to get, you know, she's showing the evidence where Meg stepped on the glass. She stepped on the glass right there, and they were trying to say it was bullet fragments and everything. Yeah, she's definitely going after. What's up, Red? What's up, Detroit? So she's working to get them out, but apparently what they're doing, I guess it didn't come off of her page, but what they're doing, they're going to go after these NGOs. They're going after these NGOs and all these other nonprofits that have been funding all of this terrorist activity disguised as protesters. It was either her or another representative, but I believe it may have came from her, but whatever. The point is that they're going after these people. Matter of fact, shit, what am I doing? Let's see, hold on. I got the evidence. Well, I'm acting like I don't have the evidence. Let's see here. File. Yep, here we go. Let's see here. Here we go. Here we go. The U.S. House Committee. Can y'all see that? The U.S. House Committee on Homeland Security has opened an investigation into more than 200 NGOs accused of using federal funds to aid illegal immigration over the past 4 years. Of course, they're coming to get you, Barbara. They are coming. They're done playing. And you see what happened? Like, rioters have breached the ICE building in Portland, Oregon, with reports indicating that several federal law enforcement officers have been injured. In all honesty, they should have been shooting these people. They should have been shooting these people. They should have been shooting these people because these are terrorists who invaded this ICE facility to try to free other terrorists. They should have been shooting these people. Yeah, that's what this whole show was about. I couldn't play any of the videos. YouTube wouldn't let me play them. Let me see. Let me see if YouTube got their stuff together. Oh. And this is what I was trying to talk about the other day. Nope, they still not letting me play them. Look, they still not letting me play them. YouTube got me blocked up. And it's funny, they didn't have me blocked up until I went live. I was able to watch all these videos because I was looking at them. I was making sure I got them together. I was cleaning out my old news list right here, cleaning them all out and everything. And all of a sudden, boom. As soon as I go live on StreamYard, they won't play. Their Homeland Security funded diverting hate, the NGO they used to try to bury the manosphere, right? Because I mean, do understand all of this is to understand what the bigger picture is. Remember, I was playing that video of that old man, the guy who defected from the Soviet Union back in '86, and he was talking about, hey, look, they're funding manosphere-like channels and ads. Yeah, but you know, it's simp channels. Let's just be honest. But the manosphere, all that worried about women and all that stuff, that crap is dead. You know what I'm saying? That's for special interest groups. That's for people who aren't concerned about what's going on their day-to-day life. They still chasing after women. All right, those are niche channels. But I mean, I'm done crapping on it. I'm just saying these are niche channels, just like women who still watching Shira 7 and Kendra G and all that. You know, that's for those people. Those people are forever stuck. They'll never grow up until, and that's what that guy was saying. I wonder if I still have it. Hold on, let me see. Oh, excuse me. I wonder if I still have it where that guy was talking about that. I wonder if they'll let me play it. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Look at this. They won't even let me play the Sean Ryan stuff. You see this? Lindy Lee, Obama's third term, Kamala playing Beyonce. Look, this is what I get. This is not a joke. This is what I'm getting. Even my favorite video, bus driver rams just stop oil protesters, won't play. Woo, YouTube. Wow, y'all shenanigans. Until they get very uncomfortable with Myron about Israel and Iran war. You know what? Let me say this. Let them fight. That's all I got to say about that. Let them fight. Let them fight it out. Let them destroy. Let them mutually assured destruction. Let them do it. Let them do it. That's all I got to say about that war. Let them do it. Let them fight. There's no nuclear capabilities. They destroyed Iran's nuclear capabilities. Well, let them fight it out with missiles. Apparently, let's see. Let's look at the timeline here. Trump tried to talk to the three generals of Iran, trying to get them to chill out. They didn't want to chill out. So Israel went in. They destroyed their nuclear bomb facilities where they were trying to be slick about it. Russia gave them, you know, the uranium and everything, so they could go back to trying to make a nuclear bomb on the not so sly. I mean, we knew about this, but this was during that Biden administration, a feckless, weak terrorist organization. Anyway, by far the worst presidency in the history of presidency. But at any rate, so Israel went in and destroyed their ability to do that. Then they blew up their oil refinery, so that way they couldn't regain the money, recoup the money to do it again. And then they attacked one of their nuclear plants. So they went ahead and understand the strategy here, because I get it. And it's a beautiful strategy. You launch a whole bunch of garbage at Israel to make their Golden Dome do, you know, just fire, 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 fire. You know, they spent so much time defending that by the time they were able to reload their Golden Dome defense, they were able to get a hypersonic missile in there and smack an Israeli power plant. You blow up a power plant you blow up a power plant, you've got yourself another Chernobyl. And that's exactly what they did. They exhausted the Golden Dome enough to where they could sneak in a missile and hit that nuclear power plant. Beautiful strategy. Beautiful strategy. So now it's like, we just poisoned your land. You poisoned us, you destroyed us, you crippled us, we got you. What's going on with the Scott Ritter? What's going on? Hold on, let me take a look. Scott Ritter, because I have no access. Is it Ritter or Ritter? Okay, so it says here, Scott Ritter is a former U.S. Marine Corps intelligence officer and United Nations weapons inspector who gained prominence in the 90s for his role in overseeing the disarmament of Iraq's weapons of mass destruction programs, even though they didn't even have any. He served with the United Nations Special Commission from 91 to 98 and later became a vocal critic of the U.S. invasion of Iraq, arguing that the country did not possess active weapons of mass destruction. Right. In more recent years, Ritter has been a controversial figure. He's contributed to Russian state media outlets and expressed support for Russia, particularly after the invasion of Ukraine. In 2024, he claimed that U.S. authorities seized his passport to prevent him from traveling to Russia. See, Ritter also has a criminal record. He was convicted in 2011 for unlawful contact with a minor after being caught in a police sting operation. Now, come on, man. He served over 2 years in prison and has since alleged that the charges were politically motivated. And you know what? I can believe that because, I mean, way back in the 90s during X-Files, remember the smoking man from X-Files? Remember you probably don't remember this because, I mean, I wasn't an X-Files fan, but I remember trying to get into it, but I just couldn't. It was just too goofy. But I'll never forget the episode where they were after the smoking man. The FBI was after the smoking man and they raided his apartment, but he was outside, in an alley. And he ran in the Mulder and Scully. And he was like, oh, I see they're raiding my apartment. Let me guess, child porn? It was like, yeah. Like, how'd you know? Like, that's a standard go-to. That's the same thing that happened with this one guy who was investigating Ilhan Omar up there in Minnesota. He was investigating her for marrying her brother and for an illegal citizenship situation. And he got supposedly busted for CP on his computer. So now you got this guy getting caught up in CP. It's the standard go-to. It's the standard go-to. Matter of fact, it was a Republican, I think in South Carolina, whatnot. He got busted yesterday with, supposedly CP. You know what I'm saying? It's the standard go-to. So, when I see this stuff like this, I'm taking it with a couple of tablespoons of salt. Let's see here. His public life has been a complex mix of military service, international diplomacy, outspoken political commentary, and legal controversy. If you're looking into his recent activities or his views on U.S. foreign policy, okay. Like you say that he brings his criticizing on Trump, saying that Trump keeps lying about military capacity. Whose military capacity? Ours or Russia's? Because the United States we have the largest military in the world, whereas Russia, they are second as far as in military might. But when it comes to nuclear bombs, they're number one. We got like 20K, they got over 50K. I know people say, oh, well, they don't work, they're all rusted and all that stuff. Like, yeah, no, I doubt that very highly. I doubt very highly that Russia's nuclear capabilities are rusted out. You say, actually, ours? Like, we got drones and stuff. The only reason why Russia hasn't overtaken Ukraine is because we were giving them weapons. That whole drone system that they're using to keep the Russians at bay, holding the line, that's U.S. military equipment. Matter of fact, what was it? It was one of these senators They busted him. They raided his office because he was selling the drone stuff. Let me see here. Jerry Nadler. Jerry Nadler. They raided his office. Not just harboring rioters. Let me see here. Let's see here if there's. They still stuck on the writers. Hold on. Jerry Nadler drones. Let me see. Here, there's a situation involving Representative Jerry Nadler and drone technology has taken a dramatic turn. According to reports, the Department of Homeland Security raided Nadler's office and allegedly discovered classified military-grade drone systems, technology reportedly similar to what Ukraine has used in its defense operations. The drones in question are described as banned and encrypted, raising serious concerns about unauthorized possession of sensitive military assets. The implications are vast: potential breaches of national security, questions about how such tech ended up in the congressional office, and speculation about foreign influence or covert operations. Nadler, for his part, has condemned the raid, especially the handcuffing of a staffer, calling it a violation of legal boundaries and an intimidation tactic by DHS. He's demanding a full congressional investigation. Yeah, I bet you would. I bet you would. Like I said, these people are seditionists. They're under foreign power control, selling military secrets, fighting on their behalf. The Democratic Party, I'm sorry, but they're traitors. They're traitors. I don't know why people can't see this. These people are flat out traitors. They're traitors. They're taking out their own. They're executing their own people if they step out of line. Literally. This guy had a list. You understand? He had a list. They talking about the manifesto. He didn't have a manifesto. He just had a list of names. That's a manifesto. I'm sorry, but the list is it was a politically motivated list. Did he really have to write down a whole bunch of ramblings and scramblings and scribblings over and over and over and over and over again? Damn. Is that what you're trying to say is a manifesto? A list is a manifesto. I'm still surprised he was taken alive. They said he was curled up in the fetal position when they found him. He was trying to crawl on the ground like he was in a Rambo movie, trying to get away. And when they ran up on him, he was in a fetal position. Let's just be honest. This little white boy right here was scared to die. He was scared to die, just like those 4 terrorists that attacked Russia. Scared to die. You scared to die, knowing damn well you're not supposed to be caught taken alive. Because if you get taken alive, then somebody's gonna have to come and talk to you in your cell, Tory Lane style, to keep you from snitching. You think they're not going to be able to reach you in prison? Even if you were in solitary confinement, they might catch you just in a detention facility and before trial, before your court date. Hell, you got U.S. soldiers talking about we're on stolen land. Ooh. Y'all sitting up here wondering what's taking so long? Like even a death penalty. Yeah. Y'all wondering what's taking so long on the Epstein files and all this stuff. Y'all have no idea how badly these people have been infiltrated. The U.S. government has been infiltrated from the presidency, well, Biden, from the White House all the way down. You got street cops sitting up here doing the Black Lives Matter kneeling. What are you doing in the middle of the protest right now? Well, an insurrection. You're siding with the criminals. What are you doing? It's that bad. Kash Patel was doing his second round of lie detector tests because he has to clean out the FBI. He has to clean out the Department of Homeland Security. He has to clean out the DOJ. He has so much work to do. Yeah, that trash ass BLM BS. Right. We never agreed with BLM. Ever since Tariq was out there when they first got started and he met up with them, he's like, these people is trash. Like, that's like, hell no. He's like, no. Like, these people are they're con artists. And sure enough, Black lesbian mansions, 3 of them burned down. I guess Karen Bass is still your friend, huh? You see, they wasn't out there talking about some protesting. Shoot, they too busy trying to get permits and stuff to rebuild and file insurance claims to have those mansions rebuilt. But I know I sound like a broken record, but I'll say it again. If America falls, I'll say probably about in major U.S. cities, more than half the population per city, especially in these blue states. Within 6 months, they'll be dead. They'll be dead. Say I'm glad the black generational is going to 0 in 2030. Yeah, it looks like it. I mean, we don't even interact as black men and women like that anymore. But yeah, if these cities fall, a lot of people are going to die. You're going to die from starvation. You're going to die from violence. You're probably going to die from sexual assault. Like, heaven help you if you're at least, a 6 and above, or you at least got some type of body on you, and the law fails, government fails, Karen Bass and Gavin Newsom gets their way, you can forget it. There is no safety for you. You'll be chained up in somebody's bedroom or basement. Trucks aren't going to deliver food to. There will be no grocery stores for them to deliver food to, because as you can see, those be the places that they raid. You really think that those stores in LA that got trashed, and keep in mind, a lot of those stores were owned by immigrants. You think they're going to rebuild? No. If they can get any type of insurance claim they can get, they're going to take that money and get the fuck up out of California. They're going to say, fuck this place. Y'all niggas can have it. And I don't mean black folks. If you low IQ, no matter what race you are the hard R to me. Those people are going to leave that city. They're going to let them have it. As soon as that insurance check come, if not before, they getting the hell up out of there. Especially if they legal. They getting the hell up out of there. California is about to be, especially LA, San Francisco and Oakland are already wastelands. San Diego is next. They've already lost their tax base when the Chargers left. Oakland doesn't even have a sports team. The opposition doesn't understand that they will be left holding the bag. Yeah, Karen Bass talking about, we're going to sue the government. We're going to make them clean this up. Bitch, sit down. You use your head to scrub. Who use your head to scrub up the graffiti? Your Brillo pad hairdo. We'll use that with some mopping glove. That movie Escape from LA. They're trying to bring about that movie Civil War. They're trying to make that movie become a reality. I'm going to tell you right now, that's fantasy. That's a fantasy. Yeah, but it will. It's looking like Escape from LA. I probably by the end. Oh my God. San Francisco is next because the mayor is a black woman already fucking up. Now she left. Oh my God. These cartel controlled, foreign power controlled Democrats. In all honesty, if I was Trump, I would freeze their passports. I'd freeze all their passports. You're not going anywhere, especially in these blue cities. You're not going anywhere. You're not going anywhere. You're staying right here in this country, and we're going to find you. We can track you no matter where you go. You're not escaping. Or better yet, here, you want to leave? I'll let you leave, but your passport is banned, is restricted. You're not able to flee to any country, or we can't extradite you. How about that? How about that? You know what? You can go. You just can't go anywhere where we can't extradite you. Because we will be coming back for you. This guy right here is going to snitch. How much you want to bet? How much you want to bet he going to be snitching? Look at him. He looked like a pussy. He looked like a pussy. He already looked like he want to snitch. Look at the fear and terror in his eyes. Look at the look on his face. You fucked it up, boy. You weren't supposed to survive this situation. If you couldn't get away, they were supposed to find your remains, and that didn't happen. And now they're gunning after you because they know you're going to talk. You look like a squealer. What did the Joker say? I know squealers. That guy is a squealer. He's a squealer. He's gonna snitch. You know his wife gonna snitch. You think his wife is a battle-hard soldier, communist spy or something? Little housewife? She gonna snitch. He gonna snitch. You know, these people aren't battle tested. They ain't that hard. Couple of punches to his face. He'll be talking about when he peed the bed in 9th grade. Oh my God. It's gonna be a hot summer indeed. And then here's the thing. That's what I was talking to Lewis about. They gonna pound him like Fleece Johnson would. Yeah, I like she's and I want you. They gonna bring in Big Dick Dexter. Walk in the room. Hi. I like it dry and rough. Him and Puffy walking in. Puffy rubbing baby all on the chest. Oh yeah. I ain't had me a white boy since Justin. Let me stop. I'm being crass. Oh my God. Oh, Big Dick Buster. Yeah, okay, that's the name. Big Dick Buster. Detroit is about to be messed up because next election is next year. Black woman is a Democrat. I know she probably win next year. We'll see. We'll see, man. I mean, this stuff, everything that's going on, is so wild and crazy and turbulent. That depends on whether or not she has to go before Congress. And I was talking to Lewis about this earlier. It was the same thing that they did with Tiffany Henyard. It's the same thing they did with Brandon Johnson, Michelle Wu, the other guy, the White Johnson, that's over the mayor of Denver. And of course, Eric Adams. But Eric Adams was just there for show. They gave Eric a pass because Eric was snitching and he's letting them get the migrants and trying to help, have the police help out. Eric is not trying to go to prison. But the same thing that they did with these governors, they bring you in. Basically, what this whole congressional hearing that they did with these people, it's a deposition. What it is, they already ask you questions that they know the answer to. They just want to know how you're going to respond to see what type of witness you're going to be. And now, unfortunately, because each representative gets 5 minutes, the clock steady ticks while after they ask these people questions. When I say the clock should stop, and the person that they're questioning that's on the stand, you've got 2 minutes to answer, and then boom, it goes back to where the rep reclaims their time, and then until they use up their whole 5 minutes. And therefore, you as the person that's being questioned, you have your 2 minutes. Your 2 minutes is up, per question. You don't get to add on, but you will get a closing statement. Because what I don't like is when they question these people and they ask them a yes or no, and the people they try to go into hobabble, but they cut them off and say, well, that's a yes or that's a no. No, let them hobabble, because when they hobabble, they're just braiding their own lynch rope. Let them talk. Let them talk. Let them talk. Let them talk. Because see what it is, you get them on tape, video, whatever, you get them answering the question. And then now when you go to prosecute them with the actual physical evidence in hand, you can use their answers against them. Well, when we had you in here on June 4th, you said this. But here's the evidence showing this. Because Tim Walz, I don't know if you know this, but he deleted all of his posts praising this guy right here. But he's a Trump supporter. But he deleted all his posts praising this guy, talking about this guy, all the blowjobs he was giving this guy on Instagram and Twitter or whatnot. He deleted all those posts. And it's like, too late, dude. People already cataloged what you did. Everything you did is cataloged. And trust me, if Trump's call up Elon, be like, look, Elon, I need give us all his emails, all his DMs, all his emails, everything he said concerning this. We need it all. Elon, who's trying to get back in Trump's good graces. He put on his little mini skirt and his clear heels. Yes, sir. Yes, Daddy Trump. He gonna give it up. He's going to give it up. You can't delete that metadata. It's there on their server. You deleted it to the public, but it's right there still in their servers, in their memories. You think they can't bring it up? It's their stuff. Like, dude, you caught. You caught. You are caught. And you had to be a dumbass to be doing any type of seditionist conversation in DMs on Twitter. Oh my God. Yeah, but like I said, Kash Patel, they're waiting on Kash Patel to get his FBI together, so that way they can do proper investigations without worrying about an agent destroying evidence or tipping people off or whatnot. Because do remember, it was FBI agents that were tipping off the ICE raids in Denver, doxing people. It was FBI agents that did that. And I'm gonna start calling this liberal tears. Bittersweet, but yet so thirst quenching. Yeah, just wow. Just wow, man. We're living in an age where shit might just go down. Shit might just go down. Most civilizations, most empires don't make it to 1,000 years. And what is the U.S. is what, 600 years old? Trump should make a deal with Iran then for what? Fuck Iran. They want us dead. They have terrorists here. They have terrorists here. I'm not making a deal with you. If anything, if any of your insurgents are here, I'm going to snatch them up, and if they cause any type of violence, then their brains will make lovely decorations on our city streets. And I have to be honest, Trump, he's been playing soft. He's been making nice with these people for far too long. Like, dude, they tried to jail you, they tried to bankrupt you, and they tried to murder you. Stop. It's time to take the kid gloves are off. The kid gloves are off. He was saying that he was going to ramp up. Let me see. Hold on. Do I have it in here? Yeah, you see, breaking. Governor Tim Walz has deleted every post that praised Minnesota. Oops. I got to show that to you, I guess. There you go. Governor Tim Walz has deleted every post that praised Minnesota assassin Vance Bolte. See here. Here it is. So President Trump announced that he has directed his entire administration to devote every possible resource to expanding ICE raids in major cities such as Los Angeles, Chicago, and New York. Yeah, you poked the bear. You poked the bear. You poked the bear. Now you about to put his foot in your ass. He's done. He's done. He's done. You're sitting again. You're assassinating American citizens, political figures. Nope, cartel. You're done. You're done. We don't give a fuck what that president of Mexico said. Bitch, we'll bomb your fucking country. How about that? You want your citizens that don't even want to live in your shithole country because of the cartels? You want them to have an insurrection here? Well, you know what? As far as we're concerned, you just declared war because that is a declaration of war. So we'll just bomb your shithole country. We'll send special military operations to go and kill your cartel leaders. We'll assassinate them motherfuckers for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and in between meal snacks, and then we'll deal with their subordinates and their foot soldiers, since that's the game you want to play. How about that? You want to roll the dice? You do not know who you fucking with. This is the United States. There's no feckless leadership in charge. This is a man's man of this is a man's man of a president. But you got to stop playing games. Yeah, the president of Mexico pretty much declared war on the United States. Here, I'll show you. Let me see. Damn it. That's not it. Hold on. Do I have it on here? I don't think I have it on here. I'm gonna double check. Oh, and by the way, can we laugh at how they are about 3/4 protesters so far have come out to say that these police officers, not just this guy, but this is like across the country, they're shooting these people, these dudes in the balls with these rubber bullets, destroying these guys' testicles. And personally, I think that's funny. I think that's funny because here it is. Yeah, she said, here it is. Mexico's President Claudia Sheinbaum is now calling for protests in the United States. If necessary, we'll mobilize. We don't want taxes or remittances from our fellow countrymen from the U.S. to Mexico. Like, well, I'm sorry, what? Did you just declare war? Because that's what you did. You just declared war. Like, okay, that's the game you want to play, then fine. We can play it. Can I make this bigger? I don't think I can, but it's on my, for those of you that are a part of my TikTok, it's there in my retweet. It's there in my retweets. Let's see here. If you're not part of my TikTok, although I have 2 of them, here's the main one. But I opened up another channel the other day because they were, oh, actually this is my original. Okay, no, that's my original. I opened up a second one because they were coming after my channel. So here's the second one, because they do not like right-wing commentary at all. They cannot stand it. They cannot stand it. Oh wait, let me play this. I love this. Hold on.
Gentlemen, this is Democracy Manifest. Have a look at the headlock here. See that chap over there? Get your hand off my penis! This is the bloke who got me on the penis before. Why did you do this? For what reason? What is the charge? Eating a meal? A succulent Chinese meal? Oh, that's nice headlock, sir. Oh, yes. I see that you know your judo well. Good one. And you, sir, are you waiting to receive my limp penis? Now, get your hands on me. Hands off and farewell.
He was later acquitted. They had mistaken identity. But that was probably the funniest arrest in history. But yeah, if America falls, a lot of people are going to die. They're going to die from starvation and violence. Children are going to die from starvation and violence. Women, males. But you know, this is what the Democrats wanted. And this country will fall. No country has made it as far as been a first world country for 1,000 years. And we're like at 600 something. I think the United States so far is one of the most successful in history as far as being a first world country. First world nation as far as years. So it's historically doomed to fail. And for all we know, this might be it because of the Democrats. This might be it. This might be it. But I mean, what do I know? I'm just some guy on YouTube. I'm just talking. You know, I got my little colored lights that go with my voice. Colored little microphone. I'm just talking. But all of the signs are pointing towards serious dissension amongst the ranks of Americans and people who shouldn't be here. But we'll see what happens once Trump cuts off the Social Security numbers. And as you know, people without a Social Security number cannot work in the United States because you can't do anything financially, especially in a digital era. The paper money, like when I work these bars, I get the tips. I still got the paper money. I've got a safe. I throw it in and everything. But it might have value. It might not. But we're in a digital currency age. And without a Social Security number, without a bank account, all right, even your little Venmo cards or whatnot, your little Cash App cards, none of that stuff works. It doesn't work because you don't have a bank account. It doesn't work. It has to be backed by something. It has to be backed by something. So what are you going to do? You're going to stay here and rob, steal, and kill? Or are you going to self-deport? What's it going to be? I know I'd love to show y'all videos and be able to comment on them, but Y'all see it. YouTube. Look, they still got me. Let's see. Yeah, still got me jammed up. Still got me jammed up. Just weird, ain't it? All right, well, there's really nothing more to say except for y'all be safe out there, man. Please be careful out there if y'all living in these dense Democrat cities where all this craziness is going on, because there's no telling what's gonna happen. There's no telling. I would say I pray for you, but it don't mean shit. It don't do shit. But I do wish y'all, safe travels. I wish y'all the best. I really do. I really do.
Demon King Satan.
Antoine.
Demon King Satan. Satan.
Nope, not
Satan.
Satan.
Satan. Satan. Satan. Satan.
I actually felt retarded, like really retarded. I mean, I brushed my teeth retarded. I rode the bus retarded. And in a weird way, I had to sort of just free myself up to believe that it was okay to be stupid or dumb.
To be a moron.
Yeah, to be rock. Exactly. To be a moron.
Nigga, did you know that I can see you?
Stop breaking the law, asshole!
You don't have the cards. You're buried there. Your people are dying. You're running low on soldiers. Listen, you're running low on soldiers. It would be a damn good thing. And then you tell us, I don't want a ceasefire. I don't want a ceasefire. I want to go and I want this. Look, if you could get a ceasefire right now, I tell you.
1, 2, 3. Right. Hi. Thanks for the fun.
Get the fuck